to build relationships with our neighbors. And yet our society is creating more and more reasons for us to work more and more hours, not participating in those institutions which actually compromise the ability to create a healthy democracy. Another thing, and I sort of feel like this group is, and maybe I should speed through this, I mean, are these things that everybody's deeply conversant with already?
You can ask. Probably in this group, they're fairly conversant.
So let me go into some of the more prescriptive things rather than lay a foundation, which you guys probably already have. So I won't talk about the long term versus the short term. I won't talk about meaning versus matter. I won't talk about some of the other qualitative, values-oriented things that we need to focus on, and instead talk a little bit more practically about some of the solutions that we need. And I think, you know, first of all, we have to be willing to talk about, I would say, some radical solutions that, generally speaking, are not on the table in most conversations. You know, I have been in several dialogues over the past few months where we talked about things like income redistribution. And people said, you know, I can't believe we're having this conversation, because in a sense, particularly in business circles, that's almost a taboo conversation to have. You can do lots of things, but you can't talk about redistributing income because it's a socialist or a communist notion, and you can't, you know, you don't really have the space to have the conversation that you can't have a sustainable world when ownership and wealth is concentrated amongst 1% of the population. Yet, you know, we have all these conversations about sustainability and about the environment and about